Liberia is a post-conflict society that faces many development challenges. But the first key step to tackling those challenges was helping Liberia invest in building sound democratic and governance institutions. Today, that investment has paid off. Since the ending of its civil war in 2003, Liberia has held 3 presidential elections, all deemed to be free and fair.
The support provided by UC to this commission has been very, very critical. Civic education, staff development, even the computerization of our data center were done by the UC.
The most recent elections, held in 2017, was historic as it marked the first ever peaceful transfer of power from one president to another as a result of elections in more than 40 years.
My fellow citizens, I am humble and thankful for the trust and hope you have put in me.
While Liberia has made great strides consolidating its democracy, it still faces significant development challenges. Youth, defined as those between the ages of 15 and 35, constitute more than 60% of Liberia's population. Because of the Civil War and other factors, the majority of these young people have had little to no access to education. Targeting this cohort and providing them basic numeracy and literacy skills, as well as livelihood skills, so they can support themselves and become self-reliant, is paying dividends.
I want to read and write. I want to get a job. I want to send my children to school. I want to have a business.
These young people did not experience the Liberian Civil War, but they attend schools that lack basic facilities and trained teachers. The result? Many young Liberians cannot read at grade level. A Read Liberia program meant to solve this problem emphasizes training so-called master teachers who are Liberians. They, in turn, will train classroom teachers in how to teach young people to read.
Read Liberia is a USAID funded project that has focused on early grade reading for grades 1 and 2 public school students. We can see that our students are not performing up to standard. So it's important that all of us come on board so that we can work with these children so that they can learn to read again.
The health sector, like the education sector in Liberia, suffered severe setbacks as a result of the Liberian Civil War. The 2014-2015 Ebola virus outbreak exposed the deep weaknesses of the Liberian health system. Thanks to U.S. assistance, Liberia brought the Ebola crisis under control relatively quickly. But the emphasis now is on helping the country put in place a healthcare system that can more readily withstand future shocks like Ebola. There is also work on helping Ebola survivors live independent and self-reliant lives by providing them care for complications caused by the disease.
The survivors, they have a lot of health conditions, joint pain, hearing problems, and eyes problems. Myself, I'm a survivor. With the help of USAID, survivors get a free treatment.
Liberia's journey to self-reliance rests on its ability to create sustained, market-driven growth that lifts the living standards of all of its people. But bad roads are a significant impediment to growth, and the government has identified road construction as a development priority.
My focus is for all of us to connect, for our roads to be good, so people from Southtown will come to Bonkando will go to Sano. This is my quest, and I want you to help me.
Work on rehabilitating farm-to-market roads are already paying huge dividends.
2014, from here to Banga, we were paying 1,500 motorbike. Because of the gap, we can pay 450.
U.S. aid has also supported a number of experimental alternative road seal projects, showing it is possible to build all-weather roads at costs significantly lower than what Liberia now spends on building similar roads.
I know that the president has a program for roads. This afternoon we're going to be looking at some alternative seals that we use at Ganta, and I hope that would help create the conditions in which we could get a lot more paved roads here in Liberia.
Liberia has all it needs to successfully complete its journey to self-reliance. It is richly endowed with vast natural resources. It has a young and dynamic population, and it enjoys a strategic location along West Africa's Atlantic coast. With the right mix of policies and initiatives, it truly can lift the living standards of all its people.